For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ryan, and for those of you who do know me, I'm still Ryan, and I am here at Hillside Memorial Park and Cemetery in Culver City, California. And it's a place I've been looking for a long time, because those of you who do know me know that I'm a pretty big Three Stooges fan. And the ones who really know me know that my favorite of the Three Stooges was Mo Howard, and still is Mo Howard. And so after many years of looking and struggling to find this cemetery, I finally found it. And we're going to go pay a visit to Mo and pay our respects. And then a little later, we're going to go pay a visit to Mo's brothers, because there was Three Stooges, Mo, Larry, and Curly, sometimes Shemp as the third stooge, and then later Joe Besser and Joe DeRita filling that role. But what a lot of people don't know is the Horowitz brothers, who were professionally known as the Howard brothers, were brothers, Mo, Curly, and Shemp. And Curly and Shemp are buried way over on the other side of town, and thankfully I have to go in that direction. But the reason I'm doing this, Tessa, Chandler, Brad, is because I want to show my appreciation for all of you, the way you're keeping the legacy of the Three Stooges alive, each in your own way. It's been a great deal to me to see the things that you're doing and see how you're all thriving and doing well. And I know I'm not alone when I try to speak for some of the fans here and say we're all very proud of you and all very happy that you're carrying on the legacy. So let's go pay our respects to Mo. Okay, so after an exhaustive search and finally help from Jose there, who it turns out is a Three Stooges fan, and says the first thing he visited when he first started working here was Mo's grave, we have found our way to the Court of Love. We were totally on the wrong side of the cemetery, so Jose saved me hours of searching for nothing. And now here we are. So after 20 years of searching, not steadily, but still, finally found my way to Mo's grave. Mo, you'll see, died in 1975, May 4th, 1975. That was my birthday. So that one sticks out. And I see his beloved Helen is next to him. So, you know, again, Tessa, in a way, this is for you. Your great-grandparents, I'm sure you've been here too. They would have been very proud of you. And now we're across town, all the way to the other side of town, at the Home of Peace Cemetery in East Los Angeles. And we're going to start with the mausoleum. Chandler, I imagine you've been here because inside, that's where Brother Shemp Howard is buried. So let's go pay our respects to Shemp. All right. And now we're coming up inside the mausoleum to the corridor of eternal life. And you can tell right away which one of these graves belongs to Shemp Howard. You can see the fans have been here. They've paid their respects, left stones and coins behind, which is traditional. And of course the picture of Shemp there as well. And you know, I was just having a discussion with a good friend of mine who hosts a radio program. We were having it on the show because, you know, Curly was so beloved that a lot of people say, well, they didn't really like it when Shemp came in. Well, if you know the story, poor Curly had a stroke, and Shemp had been the original third stooge when they were on vaudeville. before having his own very successful solo film career. Working in a lot of shorts and comedies and other things. And if Shemp hadn't come along, the act might not have survived. But personally, I love Shemp. I think Shemp is hilarious. I thought he was a great addition. He was different from his brothers, but very talented in his own way, and was very good at improvising. So that was a skill that really paid off when he joined the act. So I'm glad to be able to come here and say thank you, Shemp, for decades and decades of laughter. And now we're in the far back corner of the cemetery outside here, because our final stop for the day, right here, the grave of Jerry Howard, known by his family as Babe, known by his fans as Curly, still beloved. It's been 25 years since I've been to this grave, and it's changed. Still, somebody has written "nyuk" in pennies, but the last time I was here, there was 3 of them, so it would be "nyuk, nyuk, nyuk." And if you know Curly's history, you know he had a stroke in 1947 that basically sidelined him from the act, which is why Shemp had to step in. I want to make sure to pay my respects. Put that stone there, because we love the boys. Curly, of course, gave us a lot of laughs, and to him we are eternally grateful. I mean, I think about how I spent time with my best friend Jason, who was like a brother to me growing up. He's been gone 15 years. I've got Jason's brother Trent here with me at the cemetery. He's never been to the graves before. So we all wanted a chance to pay our respects, because the Stooges meant so much to us personally because of all the years of time and joy that we spent together. But the other thing that's special about where Curly is buried is something I didn't know about the first time I came here, but I'm so glad I do now, because immediately in front of him is his parents, who were, of course, also Mo and Shemp's parents, Saul and Jenny Horowitz, who not only gave birth to the Howards, but the story I've heard is because Jenny had a pretty thick Lithuanian accent, Shemp, whose real name was Sam, she would call for him, and with her accent it would come out Shem, and so they started calling him Shemp. But Saul and Jenny, my heart is immensely filled. I cannot thank you enough, because you produced the thing that brought so much joy into my life. Laughs I shared with my father, laughs I shared with my brother, laughs I've shared with my daughter. When my grandson is old enough, he's not quite ready for the Stooges yet, but you can guarantee I will definitely make sure he gets his fill of the Three Stooges, and I'm sure he'll laugh hysterically because, you know, I raised his mother, my daughter, on the Stooges, and now every time I stub my toe, she's cracking up. So, you know, I get what I deserved there. I created my own monster, but I'm gratified to see, you know, most of the Howard family here together, and grateful for all the years of laughs. So, Brad, this one, of course, is for you, and thank you to all of you for, like I said, continuing on this legacy and, you know, making sure that these boys are never forgotten.